Guess who's back? Do do do. Back again. Do do do. Yeah, she's back. Do do do. Tell a friend. Do do. I said it wrong. Hold on. Yeah, guess who's back? Do do do. Back again. Do do do. MJ's back. Do do do. Tell a friend. Yeah, there we go. Got it. Anyway, hey everybody. DJMK here, and I'm back after how many months? Um, two? But yeah, pretty much ever since I started grad school, um, like all I've been pretty much have been had the energy to do really is do the assignments for school, then I go to work because I work as a tech part time, and then whenever I'm not doing my tech job, the remainder of the time that I do not spend on homework and work, it seems to be spent through eating, taking a shower, and sleeping. Like that seems to be all I've been doing the past few months, and so it's like the first true break that I've had in a while. So thank you so much, everybody, for your your super amazing patience um, for me not being online for so long because I know I have been I have been managing in terms of trying to jump online more frequently in terms of my Twitch presence, at least in the early mornings, because that's the only time I really can get on. And then after that, it's more the usual stuff. And then sometimes I come back home and I want to stream, but then I just don't have the energy or the games to do it. So yeah, but this is not what it's all about today. Today is Dia de los Muertos. Happy holiday. And also the last day of Samhain um, at Halloween, if you consider that technicality beyond the 31st. So happy. And it's also day two of NaNoWriMo. Now, I did do a writing group yesterday to start off my nano journey, and I got about 576 words. Now, if you saw the title earlier, it says that I'm going for 10K words. Yeah, I'm not bothering with 10. I'm not bothering with the 50K this year. Why? Because I find, especially when I get up to day 10, I just burn out after that, and I just can't keep going. So I'm lowering down my expectations a little bit. It's a little bit easier to handle. So by nano standards, like at least like if it were a 10K goal, um, I'm already kind of ahead of schedule because it's 300. It's about like 300 words a day from doing 10K, which is not a bad goal to approach, especially for me, which is where I'm kind of been in terms of like academic writing. I could produce like this, but then when it comes to creative writing, it's been kind of a slog in recent years. I'm not gonna lie. So my main goal of Nano is just really just to find some way that I could fall in love with writing again. Um, because I love writing. I love talking about writing. Um, Even though I'm struggling very much in an academic context, is what I've mostly been doing in grad school. But I love writing. I love talking about writing. I love reading about writing. In fact, one of the tools that I have in my arsenal is a book precisely about the writer's journey. Thanks, Dad. But yeah, hey, Christopher Vogler, thank you for publishing this book. Um, but yeah, I've been carrying books about writing. I've been reading stuff about writing for so long, and yet it's just the energy to pull it off myself has not been there recently. But I'm hoping to get the. I'm hoping with this nano, it's going to spark that back up, and I'll actually complete a project for once. And 3 years ago, I came close, but due to tragic circumstances, I just did not have the energy to finish. So I'm hoping, and that I was like 900 words away from 10K. Like 2015 was going to be the year. It felt like it was going to be the year, but to kind of borrow a metaphor here, 2015 was kind of like my personal 2016. It was a nightmare that I barely recovered from until recently. So yeah, it's just really just to get that passion back. I have a lot of ideas, but as you saw on my NaNo page and somewhat on most of the pages I have, I'm pantsing it this year. So I have like no formal outline. It is kind of kicking me in the pants, literally, because I absolutely hated what I wrote last night. But it's a start. It's something, and sometimes, from what I'm hearing from stories from people doing writing, is that oftentimes the early work is just getting all of the really boring stuff out of your system, so that way it leaves room for the good stuff to come in. So I have all these ideas in my notebook. I also have my journal here. I'm probably going to also be doing some like um, creative tarot spreads as like motivation for um for keeping going. I have like I'm also planning on doing like a vlog, like those 30-day vlogs that booktubers like Christina Horner is pretty famous for doing. I'm thinking of doing something similar, so that way I also keep myself motivated and I don't slack off at day 10. I don't know how often I'm gonna be able to do these live streams because I'm also doing grad school at the same time, but fingers crossed I'm able to like keep this going. So yeah, um, pardon me if I'm like rambling a lot. I'm feeling looking really exhausted. I just traveled for about 5 hours. Um, I traveled to DC for my cousin's wedding, and I was planning on riding on the bus, but it was practically impossible. I couldn't reach the plugs in there, and I felt so uncomfortable on that bus. So I just feel good to just be back in like a house-like environment. So yeah, without further ado, here is the first write-in. So I got an audience member today. Hello. Thank you so much for joining me. If it's my longtime follower, Saloom, long time no see, I missed you. But yeah, so if you're curious about the stuff that I've been doing, I've been using Twitter quite a bit recently. I've also, sorry, my tired brain is just blanking. I also have a Discord page. Link is in the description of YouTube. I'll post a link to my Discord in a little bit. But yeah, today I'm gonna be doing for this write-in, I'm gonna be doing a Pomodoro. For those who are familiar with studying hacks, a Pomodoro is basically a method um, invented by an Italian professor, I believe. I forgot his name. I know it starts with a V. But anyway, um, he invented this timer where you do your task in the most efficient way possible with 25 minutes of nothing but that task and then 5 minutes of break. Um, so if you feel like writing with me, feel free to jump in and go ahead. I guess it's 25 minutes on my phone. Maybe I'll listen to some chill hop while I'm at it. I'm gonna mute the music, unfortunately, since I do not want to get flagged. But if you are curious about what I'm listening to, I'm playing one of Gamer Zach's playlists. He has a lot of really good like gaming atmospheric music as a playlist. So I kind of want to get that atmosphere going because that in the past I often listened to um, anime and video game soundtracks to help me focus. So hopefully maybe that might be a spark for me for that. Hey Lord Cat, welcome to my stream. What microphone do I use? I use the the Apogee mic. I just don't have it today because I traveled, but that's what I usually use. Occasionally, I also use my Blue Snowball, but I use my Apogee mic a lot more. I also have a pair of gaming headphones, but unfortunately, the headphone jack got bent last month, so I've been trying to fix it recently. So yeah, nothing too fancy really. But yeah, the Apogee mic is really great, especially if you're a very portable person. If you just want to take stuff on the go, it's a really great one to use. Um, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick one of these ideas from over here and see what stuff pops up. Hmm. Well, today I'm going to be writing about a woman who discovers she's next in line for an ancient throne. That would be pretty fun. Gives me some variety. Here's another question. Which which Romanian politician is your favorite, and why is it Corneliu Zelia Codreanu? Huh? Oh, my shirt's actually that's from my dentist, not a politician. No, I have no idea about Romanian politics. Okay. Would I draw a blonde white woman buying Wonder Bread? That would be a fun one to draw, except this is not the drawing day. This is writing day. Yeah. So, I really wanted to post this under the creative channel on Twitch, but for some strange reason, it was not letting me post there. So I put it under the art channel since I was the only one who could use the writing tag on there. Since there's no writing section on YouTube. So, yeah. Anyway, gonna get started with this. If you all want to jump in with me, I'm basically going to write about a character who finds out she is next in line for an ancient throne. Um, so, got 25 minutes, and the time starts now. Also, feel free to ask some questions during the 25-minute period if it happens to come up. I'll be looking at both YouTube and Twitch chat. And if you're curious about what things I'm writing or just the playlist I'm using, feel free to check out my Discord. Also, if you have any interesting plot ideas, feel free to throw them out there. Oh, speaking of which, is she going to deny the throne because the divine right of kings is um, deleterious for the national good and lacks the mandate of the governed populace? Or how does the populace feel about being ruled by a divine dictatorship? Ooh, good questions. I'll think about those. Hmm.
typing your stuff.
Hi, Mom.
And I feel, hey, I can't enter here. This place was cool. Was
No, he wash his baby, she did everything.
That's good. Oh, we can't enter. They clean.
No, it's hey, I be woke up for here. I say like,
Okay.
wow.
Sorry, guys. I had to pause.
Oh, you are in
Somebody
school?
did.
You're in school?
No. Streaming.
Oh, you're streaming? Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
We'll go inside your room.
Can't go that side.
Hmm.
I don't got stand with bros.
So, could she reconcile the desire of the plebeian masses for a um for a populist leadership by waging a war against her own relatives and therefore still gain support of the bourgeois nobility thanks to her revealed heritage? How would she manage the relationship between her throne and the seat of region's most powerful religion? Would the power struggle between two divines result in a holy civil war? Hmm. Those are really good questions. Um, well, from what I've written so far, she's definitely a pleb herself. In particular, she seems to be a researcher or a reverend, or like a minister, which is kind of, I'm not considering that's what I'm thinking of doing myself, actually. That's what I'm studying in grad school to be an interfaith minister. And she's more concerned about the fact that the title kind of, to her at least, comes with a lot more burdens than benefits, just because it's by birthright and not by something that she did. Um, Evangelical, not exactly. More like an interreligious. Um, More like an interreligious. So, like, the closest I can kind of describe it is Unitarian Universalist, but not exactly. Um, but yeah, so I seem to also unconsciously kind of raise the stakes a little bit as well, by kind of making her the the last remaining heir to the throne. Otherwise, otherwise the line dies out, and in turn, the country could also die out. Ironically, um, so like you're there to stop two religious groups slaughtering each other. Um, More or less. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, basically, I'm like it's more like yeah, it's kind of like I'm teaching people how to work together instead of fighting each other, because we have a lot more in common than we do in separation. At least in my idea. Oh, what's NaNo? It's short for NaNoWriMo, which is National Novel Writing Month. It was this thing that started back in the 90s, where where the founder decided to get together like a dozen people and try to write a novel in 30 days. He just happened to choose the month of November to do it. And it started catching on, especially with the advent of the internet, and now millions of people all over the world um, have been doing nano and nano related projects. So I've been doing nano officially since I believe 2011 or 2012. So this is my 6th year doing nano. I have not won once, but I feel like every time I kind of learn something new about myself and my writing process and what things that I'm interested in. So, So my biggest hope really with this NaNo in particular is just to fall back in love with the writing process, because the past few years, even the year where I felt like I came close to winning, um, it felt like pulling teeth. Like I was like on my last legs trying to pull myself back up again, rather than um, getting excited about the creative process, rather than looking at writing as a method of play. So so this year, I'm ditching the word count, which is very rebellious into the NaNoWriMo NaNoWriMo community in of itself, because the aim is like 50K or no way. But there are things like Camp Nano where you can set your own writing word count, or could track by number of hours you've written, instead of words. But I mean, it's also kind of a reminder that 50K, 50,000 words, is a completely arbitrary number, and therefore you can choose your own writing rates, like what ways you want to write, how you want to write, and more importantly, what you want to write, because you want to be proud of what things you put down on that page. So I only spent about 8 minutes writing, and I've added about 200 words in those 8 minutes, which is actually really really good. So in that essence, in terms of my 10,000 word goal, I'm already pretty much ahead of schedule, which is great. Um, I just need to find some more ways to keep motivation. But you all really gave some good ideas. Lord Cat and Drop Dead Dongs really give me some really good ideas. Thank you very much for thinking about it. And Chaos Marine, thank you for the interesting questions too. Just everybody, thank you very much. And Acid Buster, I wish I could understand German. Unfortunately, I don't, at least not yet. But thank you so much for whatever questions you have asked. But yeah, um, I think I'm gonna add another 5 more minutes of writing. I'm gonna do 5 more minutes of public writing, and then, um, I will be taking more questions if you want. So I'm gonna keep writing with the ideas that you have in mind. And then I also have a pretty interesting twist that um, that I kind of have that I kind of have um, that I kind of have um, for this kind of story, is that is that this character is destined to die within 5 years of her reign. So hold on. Ugh. All right, me. I'm not really used to raised in an exciting environment. But anyway, um, so I had this idea of like she's gonna die like 5 years within her reign, but I mean she is gonna take it. She's gonna refuse the call. That's pretty traditional of any story, especially stories around here, where at first excuse me, there's the refusal of the call, and then you have multiple reasons to eventually accept it. Um, in some stories outside of the US, there's often a punishment for taking on that call, and you soon have to see kind of the fallout of that, which I think American stories are just kind of starting to adopt because of like stories, things like Breaking Bad and Walking Dead, etc., that are kind of taking on like that low mentality is kind of the most dangerous thing you could use. Um, but I think I'm gonna add the Infinity War clause to it, which is kind of my elaborate way of saying is that there is a very small chance of reversing that fate. But unlike films, there's no reset button. She really only has one shot of figuring out what method it is to reverse that fate, or methods. Keep in mind this is a draft. But yeah, so it's okay. So I'm gonna continue on with another 5 minutes of writing. See if I can get a full page in that 5 minutes, and then I will take on more questions. So here we go. 5 minute word sprint. Three, two, one. Oh, the timer went off before I even knew. That was not 5 minutes at all whatsoever. But yeah. Oh, 11, 1137, 1,137 words, which is not bad. And that's basically a day's worth of NaNo. And I feel actually pretty good about this one. I don't know how far I'd go with it, but excuse me. It certainly would be it certainly would be an would be an awesome would be an awesome story. This would be a really interesting story. Um but yeah, so yeah. Any other questions that you want to ask me before I officially end my first NaNo write-in? I think I may actually make this. Um, I may I may actually make this a weekly, if not maybe a number of times a week thing. Like whenever I feel low motivation, I just go up and stream, just do whatever. This is not a bad idea, actually. I'm glad I did it. Um, and you all pulled up some really, really good suggestions. I appre- I appreciate that. Um, so thank you. But anyway, if you want to check out some of my other content, I don't mainly do writing videos. This might be like a November only or like a Camp Nano only thing. But if you want to check out some of my content, feel free to subscribe or just check out the previous videos on my channels, both on Twitch and YouTube. Here's all my social media in case you want to check it out. DJ MK Off the Air is the channel I use for YouTube, and Tundra says what I use for Twitch, Discord, PlayStation Network, and Steam. So if you want to like play with me during those times, like with games, feel free to do so. I have Twitter at DJMK for life. I also do audio live streams, mixler.com/DJMK on Mixler, and a blog, which I haven't updated in a while, mahokunoichi.blogspot.com. You can donate towards the link coffee.com/tonders, and all the proceeds will go towards reviving my radio show. Though in the next few weeks, I'm going to turn off the goal posting because by the end of this or next month, I will have reached it, which is going to be awesome. So expect new content to come up very soon. And in terms of where I'll be next, it's pretty much wherever the wind takes me. I've missed the last few conventions that I wanted to appear in. I mainly did transportation. So I'm not making any promises for the rest of 2018 or the beginning of 2019. But if I happen to appear in a con, I will be sure to let you know. Anyway, this is day 2 of NaNo, officially finished, at least here in the East Coast. The Midwest, Central, and Western states still have a good chunk of time until that is done. But yeah, gonna end it right here. Thank you so much for watching this little nano, nano. I will see you in the next video, whether it is games or writing. Either way, I'm going to be back. So it feels good to be back. Anyway, talk to you later. I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.